Hey, Dinarland Ninja here. Today is Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. These are some Dinarland highlights from August 2nd, 2019. Okay, Adam Montana says there's a lot of talk right now from the guru sphere. Article 4 of the IMF, Article 140 with Iraq, HCL, Article 8. The interesting thing about all this guru stuff out there, they are actually on the right path for once. The IMF, GOI, and a few other sources are putting out some very high profile talk right now. It's too hot to ignore. We all know I can't predict the date or rate, so I won't try, but I'll say this again, it's too hot to ignore right now. I am really looking forward to some further development on the latest, because I can't remember the last time we had this much good stuff brewing at the same time. Okay, Breitling said there was a question. I understand Iraq slowed the currency auctions down. Does that affect their currency in any way and put pressure on the revalue? Answer. It absolutely does, and I don't think it's a coincidence that they've slowed the auctions down. They've shrunk their money supply. People are having problems buying currency in the United States. You can't get it. I know there's the hype and all that too, but people don't realize that Iraq is short in their currency. They probably have a little bit more to go. I really don't know because it's changed so much. Okay, Mark Z said we should get the 800 numbers over the weekend. I don't expect to see them until Sunday, though. The info is solid, and even though I feel like the can was kicked, I believe we are there. I personally think the delays are just logistic at this point. Question. What are your Redemption Center people saying? Answer. They were scheduled to work today. They did not know about the weekend yet when I spoke with them yesterday. It's now been 3 days since I haven't been able to reach my contact in Iraq. This is unusual. Last I heard was the street rate was going to be $3.91. Remember, Kuwait went 10 days before the world knew they had RV'd. Okay, from G. Lin. Well, it is clear that the general census will need to be conducted and a permanent constitution must be ratified. I have always felt that the census needed to be in place in order for Article 140 and the HCL to be activated. We have all been told by our Dinarland colleagues over the last 10 or 15 years of the investment that this will be no increase in value of the dinar until Article 140 and HCL are in place. I'm really not so sure of that opinion. It seems that they would need a strong, stable economic system to be able to apply needed monetary structures involved with Article 140 and HCL. I don't know. What I do know is IMF pounced pretty hard in Iraq in this latest consultation. The corruption must be dealt with, and the unrest with the Iran situation is worrisome to say the least. IMF has had a hard time auditing the banks when they do not receive data. Auctions are a huge gain in the last few days. Corruption galore. Most of that is from Iran. It will continue as long as they're financially crippled. They will manage to get their dollars. I think the majority have returned. Ali Abdul Amir Alawi was mentioned as new CBI director, but nothing official yet. Okay, this is from Jeff. The intel I'm going to share is probably just about 100% accurate. It's going to paint a pretty good picture of where we stand. Everything that gives the citizens an improved, better life is inside the 2019 budget, suggesting that the rate was going to change this year in 2019 budget because they allocated money for it inside the 2019 budget. Iraq has been setting the stage for the rate change this entire year. Setting the stage has to happen in 2 layers. They have to set the stage for the country for the rate to change, then they have to set the stage for the citizens for the rate change. What we saw, they were setting the stage for the country during the first 6 months. Since the beginning of July, you have seen tons of articles about Article 140 and HCL. All of that is post-rate change and cannot be implemented or added to the Constitution until the very end they are ready to change the rate. That's why you are seeing it now. So roughly 2 weeks ago, the Kurds came to Baghdad and they heavily discussed the oil and gas law in Article 140. What I'm trying to stress is that for the Kurds to come and discuss the HCL in Article 140, that can only take place at the end because they can't amend it, add it to the Constitution, or implement it until after the rate has changed. They have to save those items until the very end, and it started at the beginning of July. So now you are seeing them set the stage for the citizens. The number one thing we're waiting on is for them to have a completed government. That's political stability. So that's part of the 10-1 Q4 October 1st fourth quarter. The amended 2019 budget starting 10-1 Q4, they have a new CBI government to start on 10-1 Q4. They have a new software stock trading platform that gets implemented on 10-1. So here's the part that's my opinion. I just rattled off a bunch of stuff pointing to 10-1, and we know we're waiting for the formation of the completed government. They most likely will finish the formation of the government during the second half of September. In my opinion, I strongly feel they're going to change the rate and the end of September, probably the weekend of September 21st, 22nd, because I feel they have to walk into 10-1 Q4 with a brand new rate in hand. Okay, this is from Chattel's an article. The central bank sells more than $229 million at a currency auction Thursday, August 1st. Chattel says, contrary to Guru Breitling, the auctions in Iraq have actually been a bit higher in volume. And that's all I have for now. Thanks for tuning in.